Your whole life you're building up to winning a world title. You win it, you're like, wait, everything's still exactly the same. I think unless you really have that deep sense of like knowing what you want within the sport, you can get lost pretty easily.
John Florence starting with a round 2 loss to a round 3 loss.
He was upset, blasting huge airs. It's not worth losing your career.
Tokyo is host of the 2020 Olympics. Surfing is making its first ever appearance.
Of course, John wants to be in the Olympics. I mean, who wouldn't?
Slater obviously in line for that honor.
Oh, John's hurt himself here, I think.
I cannot believe what's happening. The best start I've ever had, the best position I've been in, the Olympic qualification, all this stuff, and then it just being stopped. I need surgery earliest to come back like 5 months maybe. I want to see if I can come out of the surgery and qualify for the Olympics.
He does not have the green light to go take off in a 12-foot wave at pipe.
I want to make the Olympics. I know Kelly wants to make the Olympics.
I think inevitably for both he and I, there's some level of uncomfortability.
Kelly Slater doesn't progress through this semi. John Florence will get that Olympic position.
Slater's driving through an impossible section. Kelly makes it.
Welcome back to World Surf Weekly. What you just saw right there was a teaser for the brand new John Florence project called Tokyo Rising. It's available right now on Amazon Prime Video. And we wanted to get the scoop on this, so we went straight to the source, the man himself. Welcome to World Surf Weekly, John. What's up, buddy?
Hey, how's it going? Thanks for having me.
All right, let's get right into it. You documented the entire process for Olympic qualification, and it was a pretty wild journey for you. What made you pull the trigger and make that decision to let everybody in on this roller coaster ride of qualification?
It was just a really interesting couple of years that I had, from being injured and then coming back onto the tour and having a really good start, and then just being injured again and then trying to come back to qualify for the Olympics. When you picture exactly how you want to surf, is it sometimes good to have that forced time off to really get back into it? Yes, I think it's really good. You know, I think for me, I had competed so much, so consistently, back to back to back, and put so much focus and effort into it. I wasn't taking enough time off to go and just surf and have fun with my friends, and having that injury gave me so much time to think, kind of really look at what I like in competing and surfing in general. Coming into the Pipe Masters, in my mind, I was like going out for a surf the first time I went surfing, and I had so much confidence. I was like, oh yeah, like I'm gonna get out there, I'm gonna surf, I'm gonna ride a sick little 5'10" epoxy contest board. And I got out there and I was like, oh no, this board's too small. Oh no, I can't get going. I kind of just set smaller goals and just like kept training, tried surfing again, kept training, and then tried surfing again before, and just did these little surf sessions. And before the contest started the morning of, like, okay, I'm just gonna show up, and if the waves don't suit my needs for right now, then I'm not gonna surf. And I showed up and I was like, well, I guess I'll just paddle out and I'll just see how I feel. And then it just kind of kept going like that through the whole event, and just making the quarters and accomplishing that goal I wanted to accomplish, you know, was huge. It's really fun to set a goal, put all the effort, put all the work into it. You have your team, everyone supporting you, and then to come out on top with that goal. And so that was a really special kind of Pipe Masters for me. You know, in watching the film, I know that a big part of this, of course, you go back to Kelly Slater when he won his first world title. That was the year you were born. 28 years after that, he was the only surfer, the only person, the only thing standing in your way for securing that Olympic spot. What was it like in those days, in those hours, in those moments leading up to that potential change, looking towards Olympic qualification? Obviously, every heat I'm like, come on, Kelly, lose. And he gets a 10, and I was just like, I looked around, and was like, are you kidding me? How am I still competing against this guy right now? It's crazy. That made it even more special, you know, because he's the best of all time in our sport, and I looked up to him since I was a little kid, and seen him win Pipe Masters when I was that little kid running across the street from school. So to be competing against him still for an Olympic title, like, it was all part of the dream. I guess the question is, for you and for the rest of the tour, CT readiness. Tell us about looking forward into 2021 and the start in Hawaii. I'm excited, and I think it's going to be a really fun thing to start the year here in Hawaii for me. at least I get to be here at home.
For you though, the big news right now, today is the big day. We've got Tokyo Rising. It's coming out on Amazon Prime Video, which is a pretty cool new way to deliver a surf flick. Through pandemic, through quarantine, Amazon became our best friend. I got a couple very quick questions. This is related to your Amazon habits, and I'm not going to pry too deeply. What was your last purchase on Amazon Prime? What's coming to the house?
My last purchase on Amazon Prime, it was an irrigation timer.
That's it. That's what I love about you. You never know what you're getting. My next question was, what's the weirdest thing you've ever purchased on Amazon Prime? I don't think an irrigation timer is that weird.
There was one recently that was pretty funny. We've been riding bikes a lot, and so I wanted to get a torque wrench. And so I ordered it, and it came in the mail, and it was like a torque wrench, like huge. It was huge. I don't even know what that thing is used for, but it was like 4 feet long and weighed like 15 pounds. And I was like, that's not the right size.
So last question for you, John. With the Tokyo Rising film hitting Amazon Prime right now, what's your best pitch? Why should we watch this film? I know it's more than just about surfing and preparation. What do you want the viewers to walk away with after watching this?
Hopefully it gets people inspired to push themselves, and the things that might not seem doable at the time, and just to not give up. I think when I got my surgery, there was no part of me that was like, oh, I'm giving up on the Olympics. I think it was like, I'm going to keep it open, and I'm going to see what happens when we get to pipe. And I think that's it. It's just keeping your mindset open to the things that are possible.
Heck yeah. Well, hey, this is must-see viewing for you out there watching. Go to Amazon Prime, check out Tokyo Rising. You're going to love it. John, thank you so much for joining us. Of course, best of luck surfing in your front yard when we start the CT season. And of course, Tokyo will be rising. The Olympics is coming up very soon. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks, Chris.
Do you like that? Well, if so, subscribe over there and then watch more videos over there. And then tell us your favorite videos down there. It's a 3-step process. Do them all now.